Okay, so get this.
Hmm.
An article from The Motley Fool,
Okay.
published just yesterday,
Oh, wow.
January 4th, 2025, claims 2 AI stocks could be worth more than Apple by the end of the year.
Really?
That's right. They're saying Amazon and Nvidia
Wow.
might actually dethrone the king of market cap.
Interesting.
Sounds crazy.
It's a bold prediction.
Especially since Apple ended 2024 valued at a whopping $3.7 trillion.
Yeah, as of December 31st, Apple was still the most valuable company in the U.S.
Right.
But the article makes a pretty compelling case.
Okay, color me intrigued.
Sure.
Lay it on me.
Okay.
What makes them think these two companies have a shot at toppling Apple?
Well,
Yeah.
the Motley Fool article points out that Apple, while hugely successful,
Right.
hasn't really jumped on the AI bandwagon with the same gusto as Amazon and Nvidia.
Interesting.
And Wall Street seems to agree, with analysts predicting Apple's stock to pretty much flatline this year.
Oh.
Their median target price for Apple is $250. That's actually a tad below its current price of $251.
So not exactly a vote of confidence from the financial folks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you've got Amazon and Nvidia making some serious power moves in the AI space.
Okay.
Let's start with Amazon.
Sure.
Their current market cap is $2.3 trillion.
Okay.
To overtake Apple, their stock would need to hit $362 this year.
Whoa, that's a 65% increase.
It is.
Are we talking rocket ship territory here?
It's ambitious, no doubt.
Yeah.
But let's break down why this might not be as outlandish as it sounds.
Okay.
First off, Amazon's coming off a strong third quarter in 2024 with 11% revenue growth.
Okay.
A lot of that was driven by their advertising and cloud computing divisions.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting for me.
Yeah.
Because I know Amazon Web Services,
Right.
AWS, is the biggest player in the cloud computing game.
It is.
And with AI needing so much computing power, I can see how that would be a huge advantage for Amazon.
Exact. More and more businesses are turning to the cloud to handle all their AI needs.
Right?
And AWS is perfectly positioned to benefit from that.
For sure.
And here's another point.
Okay.
Wall Street analysts are predicting a healthy 26% earnings growth for Amazon this year.
So they're expecting some serious profits.
They are.
Wow.
And that makes their current price-to-earnings ratio, or PE ratio, of 47 seem pretty reasonable.
Okay.
Now, the PE ratio basically tells you how much investors are willing to pay for each dollar of a company's earnings.
Right.
A high PE ratio often suggests that investors expect strong future growth.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So in this case, a PE ratio of 47 means investors are pretty optimistic about Amazon's future earnings potential, right?
That's the general idea.
Okay.
And then there's the PEG ratio. That's the price earnings to growth ratio.
Okay.
It takes the PE ratio a step further by factoring in future earnings growth.
Right.
A PEG ratio below 1 typically suggests a stock is undervalued, while a ratio above 1 suggests it might be overvalued.
Okay, so what's Amazon's PEG ratio looking like?
Amazon's rocking a PEG ratio of 1.9,
Okay.
which is notably lower than Apple's 3.6.
Interesting.
This suggests that relative to its growth potential, Amazon's stock might actually be a bargain right now.
Wow. Okay, so we've got strong recent performance, a prime position in the booming cloud computing market, and a PEG ratio that hints at potential undervaluation.
And let's not forget the analysts.
Right.
They're giving Amazon a big thumbs up with lots of buy ratings.
All right, so Amazon's got a pretty solid case, but what about Nvidia?
Sure,
They're starting even closer to Apple, right?
they are.
Yeah.
Nvidia's current market cap is $3.3 trillion.
Okay.
To surpass Apple, their stock would need to reach $156.
Okay.
That's just a 16% increase.
Right.
A much smaller leap than Amazon's 65%.
Interesting. So why is Wall Street so bullish on Nvidia?
Well, Nvidia blew everyone away with their fiscal third quarter results for 2025, which ended in October 2024.
Okay.
They reported a staggering 94% increase in revenue.
94%.
Yeah.
That's almost doubling their revenue in just one quarter.
It is.
What's fueling that kind of growth?
The answer, in a nutshell, is AI.
Okay.
Nvidia makes GPUs, graphics processing units,
Right.
and those are the brains behind most AI applications these days. There's a massive demand for their data center AI hardware and software.
So they're the ones providing the muscle behind all this AI magic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And according to Forrester Research, NVIDIA's GPUs are considered the gold standard for AI. They're the go-to choice for everything from training complex AI models to running cutting-edge AI applications.
Cool.
But here's the kicker. Nvidia isn't just resting on its laurels.
Right.
They've just launched their new Blackwell GPU, which is specifically designed to take AI performance to the next level.
So they're not just riding the AI wave, they're building bigger and better surfboards.
Precisely.
I like that analogy.
The Blackwell GPU is a major catalyst for Nvidia, and Wall Street analysts are expecting it to drive even more growth. In fact, they're anticipating a 50% increase in Nvidia's earnings next year.
50%?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
It is.
But with their stock price already so high, does that even make a difference?
Well, that's where their price-to-earnings ratio comes in.
Okay.
Nvidia's current PE ratio is 51.
Got it.
Now, that might seem high.
Yeah.
But when you consider their projected earnings growth, it actually looks quite appealing.
So investors are basically saying, we're willing to pay a premium for Nvidia stock because we believe they're going to deliver massive earnings growth in the future.
Exactly. And just like Amazon, Nvidia is enjoying a wave of buy ratings from analysts.
Right.
There's a lot of confidence in their ability to continue dominating the AI hardware market.
Okay, so both Amazon and Nvidia have some pretty compelling reasons why they might just pull this off.
They do.
But let's be real, predicting the future of the stock market is never easy.
Absolutely.
There are always risks involved, and things can change quickly.
And that's where we need to look beyond the raw numbers and delve a little deeper into the factors that could make or break these predictions.
Okay.
Things like leadership, innovation, competition,
right,
and even broader economic trends all play a role.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting for me.
Yeah.
Let's break it down.
Okay.
What are some of the key factors we need to consider beyond just the financials?
Well, first off, let's talk about leadership.
Okay.
Both Amazon and Nvidia have CEOs who are considered visionaries in the tech world. They are.
So we're talking visionaries at the helm of both companies.
Yeah.
That sounds promising.
It is. Let's start with Andy Jassy over at Amazon.
Okay.
He's been laser focused on AI and machine learning since day one as CEO. Under his leadership, they've poured resources into developing their own AI chips, beefing up their cloud-based AI services, and get this, they're even using AI to make their logistics and deliveries even more efficient.
Yeah. So they're putting their money where their mouth is.
Exactly.
Not just talking about AI, but actually baking it into everything they do.
Exactly. And this brings up a critical point.
Yeah.
Data.
Right.
Amazon has mountains of it thanks to their e-commerce platform, their Prime membership program, and even their Alexa voice assistant.
Right.
And data, my friend, is the fuel that powers AI algorithms.
Yeah.
It gives them a massive competitive advantage.
It's like they struck gold, but instead of gold, it's data.
Yeah.
And they're sitting on a motherlode.
A perfect analogy.
Right.
Now let's talk about Jensen Huang over at Nvidia.
Right.
He's another leader who's ahead of the curve. He saw the potential of GPUs for AI years ago.
Right.
And that foresight has made Nvidia the powerhouse it is today.
So they weren't just lucky?
Nope.
They had a leader with a vision to see where the tech was going.
Precisely. And they haven't slowed down. They're constantly pushing the boundaries of AI hardware and software. Their GPUs are no longer just for gamers. Right. They're powering self-driving cars, speeding up scientific discoveries, and even helping to create these crazy, realistic virtual worlds. The applications are mind-blowing.
It sounds like they're involved in pretty much every aspect of the AI revolution.
They are.
Yeah.
And this constant innovation is a big part of why analysts are so optimistic about their future. But it's not just about the tech itself.
Right.
It's also about how these companies operate. They're both incredibly agile and adaptable, always ready to shift gears and embrace new opportunities.
They're not just big ships that take forever to turn around.
Not at all. They're more like speedboats, nimble, quick, and able to navigate the ever-changing waters of the tech world. This adaptability is a huge asset in the fast-paced world of AI, where things change practically overnight.
All right, so we've got visionary leadership, innovative cultures, and a knack for adapting to change.
Yes.
Sounds like a recipe for success.
It is.
But I have to ask, what about the competition?
Sure.
Surely Amazon and Nvidia aren't the only players in the AI game.
Of course not. The AI landscape is incredibly competitive.
Right. There are established tech giants like Google and Microsoft, as well as a whole host of startups vying for a piece of the pie.
So it's a crowded field.
It is.
What makes you think Amazon and Nvidia can stay ahead of the pack?
That's where their unique strengths come in Amazon, with its massive cloud infrastructure and treasure trove of data.
Right.
Is in a league of its own when it comes to providing the resources and tools that businesses need to develop and deploy AI solutions. And Nvidia, with its dominance in GPU technology, is the go-to provider for the hardware that makes AI possible. They're both essential players in the AI ecosystem.
So not just about building the best AI.
Right.
It's about providing the infrastructure and tools that everyone else needs to build their own AI.
Yeah.
Kind of like being the picks and shovel sellers during the gold rush.
Exactly.
Okay.
They're both in a prime position to benefit from the overall growth of the AI market, no matter who ultimately wins the AI race.
Okay, so we've covered leadership, innovation, competition.
Yep.
You mentioned broader economic trends.
I did.
What do you mean by that? How could those impact things?
Well, the global economy is in a constant state of flux.
Right.
Things like interest rates, inflation, and even geopolitical events can all have an impact on the stock market.
So even if Amazon and Nvidia have everything else going for them,
Yeah.
some unforeseen economic event could throw a wrench in the works.
That's always a possibility.
Yeah.
For example, if we see a sudden spike in inflation, that could lead to higher interest rates,
Right.
which could make it more expensive for companies to borrow money and invest in growth.
Yeah.
Or a global recession could dampen demand for AI products and services. These are all factors that investors need to keep in mind.
Okay, starting to feel a little less certain now.
Yeah.
So it's not just about picking the right companies. It's
Right.
about understanding the bigger picture and all the forces that can impact the market.
Precisely, and that's why diversification is so important.
Okay.
Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Right. Spread the risk. Exactly. But even with all these uncertainties, there's one thing that remains clear.
What's that?
AI is a game changer.
Okay.
It's already transforming countless industries, and that transformation is only going to accelerate in the years to come.
So we're not just talking about a few tech companies. We're
No.
talking about a fundamental shift in the way we live and work.
Exactly, and that's what makes this whole discussion so fascinating.
Yeah.
We're not just analyzing stocks, we're trying to make sense of a technological revolution that's unfolding before our very eyes.
Okay. I'm definitely feeling that sense of awe and a little bit of overwhelm, if I'm being honest.
Sure.
But before we get too lost in the big picture, let's bring it back to our listener.
Okay.
What does all this mean for someone who's trying to figure out where to invest their money?
It means that investing in AI is not just about picking stocks. It's about understanding a technological revolution that's unfolding before our eyes. It's about seeing the bigger picture, assessing the potential risks and rewards, and making informed decisions based on a holistic understanding of this rapidly evolving landscape.
So you're saying don't just jump on the AI bandwagon blindly.
Exactly. Do your research, understand the companies you're investing in, and be aware of the risks involved. But don't be afraid to embrace the opportunities that AI presents. It's a powerful force that's going to reshape our world, and those who understand it are going to be in a prime position to benefit.
All right, some solid advice. But let's be honest, a 65% jump for Amazon in a year seems like a moonshot.
It's ambitious, no doubt, but both Amazon and Nvidia have incredibly strong arguments for continued growth in the AI space, and that growth, as we've discussed, could very well translate into market values that eclipse even Apple.
Okay, I'm starting to see how this might actually play out.
Yeah.
But here's another question for you.
Sure.
Beyond just Amazon and Nvidia, what other areas of the market should people be paying attention to?
That's a great question, and it leads us to another key takeaway from this deep dive. AI isn't just about tech companies anymore. It's poised to revolutionize healthcare, finance, manufacturing, transportation, you name it.
So we're not just talking about a few winning companies.
Right.
We're talking about a whole new world of possibilities.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Imagine AI-powered diagnostics that can detect diseases earlier and more accurately than ever before.
Wow.
Or personalized financial advice that adapts to your individual circumstances in real time.
Okay.
Or factories where robots work alongside humans, boosting productivity and efficiency to levels we've never seen.
It sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie.
I know, right?
But you're saying it's all happening right now.
It is, and that's why it's so crucial for investors to stay informed, to understand the trends, to identify the companies that are leading the charge, because the early adopters, the innovators, the ones who embrace this technological shift, they're the ones who are going to reap the rewards.
So basically, keep your eyes open.
Yes.
Do your research. And be ready to ride this AI wave, because it's going to be a wild one.
Well said. The future is unfolding before us, and those who understand the power of AI are the ones who will shape it.
Okay, so to wrap things up,
Sure.
while those initial predictions about Amazon and Nvidia overtaking Apple might have seemed crazy at first,
Right.
we've uncovered some pretty compelling reasons why they might actually come true.
We have.
We've seen how their strong leadership, innovative cultures, and strategic positioning in the AI ecosystem give them a real edge.
Absolutely.
And we've also explored how AI is poised to disrupt practically every industry imaginable,
Yes.
creating a vast landscape of investment opportunities.
Exactly. This deep dive has really just scratched the surface.
Right.
There's so much more to discover and explore in this rapidly evolving world of AI.
Well, you've definitely given me and hopefully our listener a lot to think about.
Good.
It's been fascinating and a little bit mind-blowing, to be honest.
It is mind-blowing. That's the beauty of it. AI is constantly pushing the boundaries of what we thought was possible.
So one last question for our listener to ponder. What industry are you most excited to see AI transform, and what investment opportunities might that create?
That's the question to keep asking yourself as you navigate this exciting new landscape, because the future of AI is still being written, and it's up to all of us to shape it.
And that, my friends, is a wrap on our deep dive into the world of AI stocks and those bold predictions for 2025.
It's been a pleasure.
Thanks for joining us on this journey of discovery, and remember, knowledge is power.
Absolutely.
Especially in the fast-paced world of AI.
Until next time.
Keep exploring, keep learning.
And keep questioning.
See you on the next deep dive.